everyone. In this video we will see how to use the POS invoice register payment feature in Odoo. This feature allows a cashier to view and collect a customer due invoice payment directly from the point of sale screen. So if customer come to the counter and want to pay an old invoice, the cashier does not need to leave the POS or open the backend. The cashier can search the customer, view a due invoice, register a full or partial payment, print a payment receipt, and the invoice status will be automatically updated in Odoo. Now let's start the demo. Go to the point of sale, then configuration, and open the settings. Select the POS where you want to use this feature. Here enable the invoice payment. So for that, enable the option customer advance payment from POS. These settings allow the POS screen to show the invoice payment feature for the cashier. Also, if you want to allow to pay a due invoice, then enable the pay and validate a due invoice feature. And also for the quick payment, here you can create some predefined payment percentage. And save these settings. Next, we will make sure we have some due invoice for a customer. So go to the invoicing, then customer, and open the invoice. Here we can see a customer invoice. For this demo, we will use an invoice that is still in not paid status. Now go back to the point of sale app and start the POS session. Once the POS screen is open, you will see the due invoice option. Click on the due invoice button. A new screen open with the customer due invoice list. Here the cashier can see an invoice that are still pending for payment. Now let's search for a specific customer. In the search field, enter the customer name. The list is filtered and only the due invoice for that customer are shown. This makes it easy for the cashier to quickly find the correct invoice even when there are many pending invoices. In the invoice list, you can see important details like the invoice number, customer name, invoice date, total due, residual amount, and payment status. Now let's register a full payment. Select the invoice from the list. Click on the pay option. Then choose the payment method such as a cash, bank, or card, or any configured POS payment method. Enter the amount which you want to pay and pay this invoice. The system registered the payment directly from the POS. After the payment is confirmed, a smart notification appears. This notification shows that the payment has been created successfully. The payment receipt is generated automatically. If you want to print this receipt from the printer, then click on the print payment receipt. This will allow to print a receipt from the printer. Also, if you want to directly go in the invoice, then here we have a button view invoice in backend. When click on this button, it will directly redirect to that invoice. Here you can see that the status of the payment of the invoice is changed to paid status and the payment is registered inside that invoice automatically and amount due is updated according to the payment. Now let's see how the partial payment is working. So again open the POS session. Click on the due invoice button and select the invoice in which you want to do the partial payment. For example, here I want to do the 50% payment. So here we have some quick buttons which we configured in the POS settings. So click on the appropriate percentage button So it will automatically calculate the percentage of the amount which you want to pay and click on the pay button. So it will generate the receipt. Now let's see how it registered the payment in invoice. So go in the invoice. Here you can see that status of the payment will be changed to the partially paid and partial amount is registered inside the backend. Now let's see how you can complete the payment of that invoice. So again go in the POS, select the invoice and click the pay button and pay the remaining amount. So after pay the remaining amount, the status of the payment is changed to the paid and the amount due is also now become a 0. We have one more feature to register the customer payment. So for that, go in the customer screen and here we have one option, payment register. Click on the payment register, select the appropriate journal and enter the amount. For example, here I enter the 12,000 amount and click on the apply button. So it will generate one receipt and also it will generate a notification for that. Now let's check how it generate a customer payment in backend. So go in the invoicing and go in the customer payment. Here you can see that it will create one entry with a journal you select in the POS and the amount you set and the payment type is set to the receipt. So the POS invoice register payment feature help a cashier to collect the customer due invoice payment directly from the POS screen. With this feature, the cashier can search a customer invoice, view a pending amounts, register a full payment, register a percentage-wise partial payment, refresh the invoice list, print a payment receipt and see a smart notification. Also, customer can register a customer payment from the POS. The invoice status is updated automatically in the backend as paid or partial paid. So the payment process becomes faster, clear and easier for both the cashier and customer. Thank you.